Hello friends, welcome back to Vava AS. Welcome to the discussion on daily MCQ. Today is 17th of September 2021 and now we are going to discuss 5 current affair based MCQs. तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं. But first let us discuss the question that was asked yesterday, and yesterday's question was, what is the provision to safeguard the autonomy of the Supreme Court? Okay, the first statement, while appointing the Supreme Court judges, the President of India has to consult the Chief Justice of India. Second one, the Supreme Court judges can be removed by Chief Justice of India only. Third one, the salaries of the judges are charged on the Consolidated Fund of India, to which the legislature do not have to vote. Fourth one, all appointments of the officers and the staff of the Supreme Court are made by the government only after consulting with the Chief Justice of India. So you have to choose the correct option. Yesterday, it was Good Times with Freak who gave the correct answer as A, 1 and 3. So if you see the statements, here the first statement says that while appointing the Supreme Court judges, the President has to consult the Chief Justice. This is the right one, because according to the Supreme Court, in the third judge's case, actually in the second judge's case only, Supreme Court said that there has to be a collegium and this collegium will decide, or you can say this collegium will suggest the government about the appointments to the Supreme Court, appointment of judges to the Supreme Court. And in the third judge's case, the Supreme Court said that there will be a collegium of Chief Justice and 4 senior-most judges who will suggest the appointment of judges to the government of India. Okay, so the first one is right. But just we look at from the options point of view. So option B, C and D contains option 4 as common. So now let's first look at the option 4. All appointments of officers and staffs of Supreme Court of India are made by the government only after consulting with the Chief Justice. This is a wrong statement, because the appointment of officers and the staff of Supreme Court of India are made by the Chief Justice. They are made by the Supreme Court itself, by the Chief Justice of India. So this fourth statement is wrong. So B, C and D, all the 3 options are wrong. So the correct option is A, 1 and 3 only. Now let's look at second statement. Supreme Court judges can be removed by the Chief Justice. This is a wrong statement, because the Supreme Court judges Supreme Court and High Court judges, both of them are removed by the President on the recommendation of the Parliament. Okay, so there is a procedure for the removal of the judges. So that procedure has to be followed. And the third one says that the salaries of the judges are charged on the Consolidated Fund of India. So as they are charged on the Consolidated Fund of India, there is no need for the voting that has to take place in the Parliament with regarding to these salaries. So the third statement is right. So correct option is A, 1 and 3 only. And guys, as you know, daily we upload the current affairs summary as well as 5 current affair based MCQs. These MCQs will help in your current affair preparation. Do make the best use of this initiative. So these 5 questions along with their solutions are available in this PDF format in our Telegram channel. The Telegram channel details are there in the description. So do go and check it out. Now let's look at the first question. Reforms in Urban Planning Capacity in India report is launched by A, UN Habitat, B, Niti Aayog, C, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, and D, World Bank. You have to choose the correct option, and the correct option is B, Niti Aayog. The Reforms in Urban Planning Capacity India report is launched by Niti Aayog recently, and this report is prepared by an advisory committee headed by the Vice Chairman of Niti Aayog. Do comment in the comment box who is the Vice Chairman of Niti Aayog. As you know, the Chairman is the Prime Minister, who is the Vice Chairman of Niti Aayog. Okay. The report will review the urban planning educational system in India and examine the availability, demand and supply of the qualified urban planners in the country. It gives a set of recommendations on various aspects of urban planning, and these include interventions for planning healthy cities, optimal utilization of urban landscape, ramping up human resource capacities, etc. And it also includes recommendation of strengthening urban governance, building local leadership, enhancing the role of the private sector and advancing the urban planning educational system. So these are the various things. Now let's see the next question. The second question, consider the following statements with respect to the toxic 3Os. First one, toxic 3Os, namely oxybenzone, oxyoxate, and this is octinoxate, and the third one is octocrylene, are active ingredients present in most of the sunscreens. Second one, they cause human cell damage and are also devastating to the coral reefs and marine life. So we have to choose the correct option. The second statement is the right statement. The second statement is the right statement. Directly we can mark it. The first statement, if you see, the 3 O's generally stand for oxybenzone, octinoxate and octocrylene. This is also right statement, and they are present in most of the sunscreens. So the correct option is C, both 1 and 2. Okay. So So if you see, a coalition of environmental groups, the community leaders, academics and business in USA, they have filed a petition seeking removal of sunscreen products containing what they called as toxic 3Os. That's why this was in news. Okay, so these toxic 3Os are oxybenzone, octane oxide and octocrylene, and these are the active chemical ingredients that are present in sunscreens, and they are considered harmful as they pose a threat to public life as well as the environment, along with these corals as well. This octocrylene is sunscreen protection ingredient, and it degrades into benzophenone, a cryogen that can interfere with the key hormones and reproductive organs of humans, and they cause human cell damage that has been linked to cancer, disrupt hormones, and have been found in breast milk, blood, urine, and also known as allergens. And these chemicals are so devastating that they affect the coral reefs and the marine life as well, and they wash off people's bodies when they swim and contaminate through the waste runoff and cause zombie corals, the coral bleaching, as well as other issues. Okay, so this is about these 3Os. Now let's look at the next question, the third question. Consider the following statements with respect to the Terai Arc landscape. First one, it is a stretch between river Yamuna in the west and river Bagmati in the east. Second one, it is restricted to only the states of Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. We have to choose the correct option. So the correct option is A1 only, because if you see the Terai landscape, it is a stretch between river Yamuna in the west and Bagmati in the east. This is the right statement. But if you see the second one, it is given that it is restricted to three states, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. This is wrong, because Gujarat is very far from Yamuna. If you see, it's very far, and Madhya Pradesh is beside Gujarat. So in Madhya Pradesh some rivers might flow, but there are no common rivers that flows from Gujarat to Uttar Pradesh, that region. So by logic we can eliminate the second option. Correct option is A, one only. So recently the Pilibhit Tiger Reserve was in news. That's why we asked this question. The Terai Arc landscape, if you see, it's a 18-kilometer stretch between the river Yamuna in the west and river Bagmati in the east, and it comprises of Shivalik hills adjoining the Babar areas and the Terai floodplains. It is spread across the Indian states of Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, and the low-lying hills of Nepal as well. Okay, so that's the reason, if you see, we have eliminated the first option directly. Sorry, said the second option directly, because it says Gujarat, and it boasts some of India's well-known tiger reserves like the Jim Corbett in Uttarakhand, the Rajaji National Park in Uttarakhand, the Dudhwa Tiger Reserve in Uttar Pradesh, and Valmiki Tiger Reserve in Bihar. Remember, the Jim Corbett is in Uttarakhand, the Rajaji National Park is in Uttarakhand, and you have the Dudhwa in Uttar Pradesh, and Valmiki in Bihar. Remember these tiger reserves and their location. Now let's look at the fourth question. The Shunya campaign was in news. Is associated with A, polio free India, B, promoting zero pollution delivery vehicles, C, corona free village competition, and D, end TB strategy. The Shunya campaign is related to B, promoting zero pollution delivery vehicles. So recently Niti Aayog and Rocky Mountain Institute and RMI India, they have launched this Shunya campaign, and it is an initiative to promote zero pollution delivery vehicles by working with the consumers and the industry. The Shunya campaign, if you see, it talks about electric deliveries. The campaign aims to accelerate the adoption of electric vehicles in the urban delivery segment and create consumer awareness about the benefits of zero pollution delivery. And the Shunya brand, if you see, a corporate branding and certification program is being launched to recognize and promote industry's effort towards transitioning to EVs for final mile delivery, because EVs these days are in news a lot, so you can expect such questions. And it will also help e-commerce companies to distinguish their offerings from those among their competitors. And the online tracking platform is there, and where an online tracking platform will share the campaign's impact through data such as the vehicle kilometers electrified, the carbon savings, the criteria pollutant savings, and other benefits from the clean delivery vehicles. Okay, so this is all the thing. Now let's look at the fifth question. The fifth question is, which of the following is applicable to Jain doctrine? It's a 2013 CSE question. First one, the surest way of annihilating karma is to practice penance. Second one, every object, even the smallest of the particle, has soul. Third one, karma is bane of the soul and must be ended. You have to choose the correct option. The correct option is D, 1, 2 and 3. Because the Jaina believe in this doctrine where the surest way of annihilating karma is to practice penance, and they believe that every small particle has soul. So that is the reason they don't eat even the green color vegetables and all. They only eat the dried ones, and the karma for them is the bane of the soul and it must be ended. So they believe in this karma siddhanta. So this annihilation, that is nirjara of karma, comes through penance, as I told already, and the souls are not the property of animal or plant life, but also the entities such as stones, rocks, running water and many other natural objects not looked upon living by the other sects. The Jaina holds that every living and non-living being is gifted with souls, and they are obstructed by the karmas, just as the natural light of the sun is hindered by the clouds. By removing the karmas, a soul can remove bondage and regain the natural perfection. ठीक है? Now let's look at the question of the day, and the question of the day is, who among the following presided the first Buddhist council? A. Mahakasyapa, B. Ajatshitru, C. Sabakami, and D. Moggalaputra Tissa. You have to choose the correct option and give your answer in the comment box, and tomorrow we will discuss this question. Right? And guys, as you know, the prelims is near, and we have launched these Vision Prelims Test Series Summary and Vision PT 365 Summary, which will help in your revision. Because as the time is less, it is important for you to revise the maximum content in minimum time, and these summaries will definitely help you in that. So do make the best use of these initiatives. You can check the quality of these summaries from our Telegram channel, and the Telegram channel details are there in the description. So that's it, friends, from my side. I'll see you again tomorrow with 5 more MCQs. Till then, keep studying and stay tuned. Jai Hind.